Hi, I'm Christy Simpson. Welcome to Ask Christy. Today's question is from Becky, and she says, I'm wondering how you do auditions for solos and speaking parts. Do you have any guidelines, age requirements, audition sheets for both? What if a child can't come to auditions because of other plans? Do you hold just one audition day or two? Now that's a lot of questions, and a lot of people have weighed in on my Facebook page, Christy Simpson's Epic Kids Choir Forum. So she's already received a bunch of input, but I wanted to address a few things. Number one, I think age requirements are a fine thing to do. The reason I did that is because if a first grader is trying out for a part that's clearly meant for a sixth grader, it's a waste of their time, it's a waste of your time. I don't have all the time in the world, so, there's just no need to do that. And that doesn't mean I might say for that sixth grade part, I might say grades 3 through 6 may audition for this part. So, you don't know. Maybe there's a fourth grader that's amazing. So you don't want to completely box it in, but also if you know, obviously they can't be a kindergartner, then just don't let them try out. So I try to list that on a sheet ahead of time, so it's not like they've practiced and then you come up and say, no, sorry, you can't. Just let them know way ahead of time which parts are for everyone. And some parts are just for little kids. I don't want to hear a sixth grader reading something that should be for a kindergartner anyways. So that makes it easier just time-wise. Solos, I usually let anybody do, unless it's some really, really hard, long solo, then again, maybe not a kindergartner, but you can kind of play that by ear. So I think addressing that's good. Let's see what else. What if a child can't come to auditions? Well, on the one hand, I don't think you should let people who tell you after the fact, unless of course it's some huge family emergency. But kids, you don't want to be like, have your auditions and then call somebody like, oh, I wonder why they didn't come. Call that person the day after and say, hey, can you come try out? Because I think that's fairly unethical. I mean, I know sometimes people do it, but I just think that's bad form. The people that really want to be there are going to be there. Having said that, sometimes people have things on their schedules, and I think it's fine to say, if you send me, I understand you had this soccer tournament, that's fine. If you send me a video, which is so much easier now with our phones and our iPads, if you send me a video before the date, then we will consider you for the part. No problem. Now, I also tell them that being there in person sometimes is to your advantage. Well, it always is, because there's an energy in the room, and we are going to be impressed by the people that are there in person. But if you can't be there, you can't be there. So send it in, that's fine. So I would say, especially with our technology nowadays, it's easy to do that. But don't do it after the fact, because if they didn't want to be there bad enough, or it's just like, oh, I was tired, I stayed home, I wouldn't do that. But if it's something that's pre-scheduled, then yeah, sure, let them send in their audition. And I always just hold one audition day, not two, but if you were scheduling, if you have hundreds of kids, then definitely do 2 days. But you want to cast it as soon as you can after that. It's just better if you do it right when it's fresh in your mind and when you're looking at notes and looking at video and all that stuff. So hope that helps, Becky. Good luck with all your audition stuff and changing your program around. And we will see y'all next week.